Hey y'all. Hey y'all. Hey. What's up? What's up? How y'all doing? I know I've been gone for a little bit, so I tried to go ahead and do like a quick recap of Married to Medicine as well as Real Housewives of Atlanta. But before I get into that, I want to give you guys a life update. As to why you haven't really been seeing videos, you didn't see me on the whether you like it or not panel over on Scotty's channel, and you haven't seen me on Ladies First panel as well. So I was dealing with a really rough time because my grandfather was in the hospital. So I was like having a real hard time with that, learning his diagnosis and the fact that he may not have much longer. So I ended up doing that live with Scotty, whether you like it or not. I just didn't have the energy. It wasn't there. I thought I did, but I really didn't because I was still dealing with the fact that I may lose my granddad. So that actually ended up happening. I lost my granddad later on that week. And the very next day, 24 hours later, I lost my aunt, my granddad's daughter. So that has been a lot on me. That's why I've kind of like took a break or whatever. Today I'm feeling pretty good. So I said I'm going to try to get some content out to you guys. I was going to base it off of my mood. If I wasn't in the mood, I was going to do it. But right now I'm feeling pretty okay. So I'm going to try to go ahead and do this content for you guys. I'm Married to Medicine, Real Housewives of Atlanta. So yeah, so that's what I've been dealing with, losing my grandfather as well as my aunt. Completely shocking to me. My grandparents have been married for like 64 years. My grandmother lost her husband and her daughter, so that's a lot, to deal with. So that's what we're dealing with right now. Hopefully, I have the energy and everything. I really pray that I'm in a much better mood because I love ladies first panel. So I really want to be a part of that this Thursday. I was supposed to host it on last week, and due to that, I wasn't able to. And funerals are happening this weekend, so we'll see what my energy is like on Monday. I'm not sure if I'm actually going to make it to the panel on Monday. Hopefully I will, but if you guys don't see me there, then that is what's been going on. So I just wanted to give you guys an update, for those of you that have been concerned and wondering what's going on. I just wanted to let you guys in a little bit into my life. I really don't do that. I'm typically a private person. For the most part, that's why I didn't say anything before the live. I tried to just get through the live, but yeah, that wasn't working out too well. So now Scotty knows, the ladies of the ladies first panel, they're also aware. So I just have to be a bit more vocal. But like I said, sometimes I'm like really private, so I try to like deal with stuff in house or whatever. But I'm also learning that it's okay. You know what I'm saying? So that's where we at. Moving on to Married to Medicine. They really didn't give us a lot. Y'all know it was the first episode. So they didn't give us a whole bunch. I mean, it was cute for what it was. I don't really know what to say about the friendship between Simone and Jackie. I don't really know what to say about that, but we'll go ahead and get started with Heavenly. So, they're out there doing the COVID testing and stuff. So Heavenly, first of all, I was kind of wondering why was Heavenly out there. I'm like, girl, don't you got somebody's mouth you need to be working on? You need to be in somebody's mouth right now. What are you doing up these people's noses? What's going on? So she wanted to be out there to support her husband because she all about Dr. Damon, honey. So that's what she was doing. She decided to ask Jackie about Simone. She was disappointed with the fact that Simone did not show up to the COVID testing. And Simone's like, baby, I ain't got time. I see enough COVID over here in the hospital. So I'm not going to come out here outside and deal with y'all if I ain't got to. So y'all not paying me for this. So I'm not going to be there. And that's exactly what it was. So, what's her name? Heavenly hasn't really heard from Simone, even though they supposedly made up at the reunion. And I honestly can't really remember a lot that happened last season. I feel like I got to go back and watch the season. I think it's because it's really been a whole year before they brought the show back. So I really can't remember a whole lot of what happened or even the fallout for real between Heavenly and Simone. But Heavenly is feeling away because they made up, but they haven't been in contact. And Simone strikes me as the person where I think that's why I like Simone so much, because I kind of get like Simone. Like, I may not say nothing, but I take notes and I be like, noted, and I got you. You know what I'm saying? Instead of just truly going to the person and letting them know how they made you feel. It's like, nah, I put you in a box and we good. And that's not healthy for nobody. But I definitely connected with Simone a bit on that level. Dr. Heavenly asked Dr. Jackie if she was her best friend. She was like, "Why you haven't talked to your friend? That's your best friend. You should know something. Or am I your best friend now?" And Jackie just laughed. And I'm wondering the same question though. Like, are y'all best friends? Like, are y'all best friends? All right, what's are y'all best friends? Because you was kind of in the middle, I believe, of how everything happened last year, and you wasn't. I don't think she was calling Heavenly out on a lot of her SHI. She was trying to stay out of it. So it's like, are y'all? Is she a better friend now? Are y'all best friends, or what's going on? I probably would have been offended too if I was Simone, but especially with the fact that she just don't like Heavenly like that. And now you see the person that you really don't get along with that well coming along and snatching up your friend. That'll make you feel some way, especially if your friend may not be making you feel validated in the friendship in some sense or whatever like that. Like, you still my good girl or something like that. Now granted, they are older than me. They've been around the world longer than I have. So maybe it would have been a bit easier for them to have those conversations and not take things so much to heart. But I feel like I kind of, feel Simone on that when it comes to her and Heavenly. And Heavenly's so wishy-washy sometimes. Y'all know I'm not a fan of Heavenly. She just blurts, say whatever she want to say. I just really feel like deep down inside, Heavenly is fake. I don't really like Heavenly. Hold on one second. I'm trying to add Yocrates as a mod. Hey, y'all. Hey, Jaylee. Hey. So yeah, Simone's son is getting ready to go off to college. Super dope. Okay. First of all, I didn't even know this young man was as grown as he was. I'm like, I don't know why. I be thinking these kids still be like little babies, but clearly he's not. He's about to go off to college in Tennessee. And with everything happening around, black men and black lives, she's really concerned about how he's going to respond to any like racial actions or statements or anything that comes towards him. And he says that, he's just going to educate them. And I think that's great. Yes, educate them. But sometimes I feel like how can you ever really be fully prepared? Especially when it comes to actions. But yeah, if somebody's probably snapping off on you, you may be able to educate them in that moment, maybe. But how do you really respond when a police officer pulls you over for something that you ain't got nothing to do with, or stops you, or something like that? It's kind of hard to have those conversations with our black boys and our black people, especially when we've seen people do the right thing and they still were gunned down or murdered in some fashion. So it's kind of hard. So just pray over the little man. I hate to say it, but I don't. Although he's going to a town full of whites, I pray he finds him a good black woman that he can go and bring on home. But that's gonna be up to him. So hopefully he's a bit careful and he gets him a good crowd of people that he can hang with and stuff. So I will be very concerned, but I understand the method, considering the fact that he got a full scholarship. What parent would want to pay for college? Who wants to pay for that if I ain't got to pay for it? And he's only in Tennessee, so he's not that far from them, so they can get to him as soon as they can. But good luck. That's all I can really say. He's talking about he's gonna be out there sowing his royal oats, so I tell you that. Okay, he's gonna be out and just protect yourself, honey. Do what you gotta do out here. But Toya Eugene, not so much as Toya, because y'all know Toya not no doctor. She just sit at home, collect Eugene checks, and enjoy the lifestyle that he has built for her. But when it comes to Eugene and the Dr. Scotts, they're out there fighting COVID, day in, day out. We appreciate y'all all day long, because I know that that's a very stressful job. I never really thought a lot about the stress that it takes on the doctors having to be there around the clock, okay, and try not to infect themselves as well as their families and trying to save lives. That's a lot, okay? And if y'all ain't never worked for that money y'all be getting, y'all working for it now. Okay, them hospitals is making sure that y'all will be working for them checks, them large checks that y'all out here getting. Oh, let me see what these about. Okay. So we meet a new lady by the name of Anila, or something like that. This is Toya's friend. She lives in Toya's neighborhood, or soon to be a neighbor of Toya. Toya only hang with the rich and famous, honey. So okay, they all getting ready to head to Heavenly's house. Now Toya says they ain't got nowhere to go, so they gotta head to Heavenly's house. But BIT, was just complaining at the house about how you ain't had nowhere to go. Now you got a reason to get cute and stuff, but you over here complaining. But if you don't like Heavenly, just say that, and we'll be okay with that. I know I will, because I feel you. We see each other. But I'm just saying. So then they bring up, what's her name? Dr. Simone and Dr. Jackie's friendship. And Dr. Simone is trying to downplay it, You know, she really is still hurt by the friendship, the breakup of the friendship, or the breakdown of the friendship from last year. She's saying that she wasn't really mad and all this other stuff. So I kind of like blanked out a little bit, y'all, when I was watching the scenes. But I still don't really know what to say about their friendship. You know, Jackie says that the only time she really sees Simone is in passing, when they see each other across the street, like in the parking lot. Hey, girl, hey, okay. That's it. Jackie says she's tired of running up behind Simone and she wants Simone to run up behind her. But I can appreciate the advice that her husband gave her. Like at some point, like I know you don't want to be the bigger person, and I know you may miss her and stuff, because she says she wants Simone to miss her more. He's like, don't you think she probably feel that way? Like somebody's gonna have to. I know you tired of being a bigger person, but if you genuinely want this friendship, then somebody's gonna have to step up. And if it has to be you again, then that's okay. You know, that's okay. But Simone, I'm not Simone, but Jackie ain't really trying to hear that. And Simone is just on some passive aggressive type stuff. Like when they pulled up to Heavenly's house, she really wasn't even finna hug Jackie. And Jackie said, I'm gonna hug you. I'm gonna hug you. And I can appreciate Jackie for saying that. You know, she tried to hug her, she tried to embrace her, she tried to have a conversation with Simone, but you could tell that Simone was still kind of standoffish. And that's kind of hard. Like, if you feel like you getting like a standoffish vibe from your friend or whatever, like it may be hard for you to continue to come around. Everybody can't be your friend like Shamia, who just rides for Portia no matter where the hell she goes. She could be riding down a ditch and into hell in the Underground Railroad, and Shamia just still gonna be there hanging on. You know, everybody can't be no friend like Shamia, even when Portia ain't really had your back all this time, especially when she was a friend with Phaedra. Okay, you still showing up and being a friend to her. Everybody can't be a friend like Shamia, you know. I'm trying to read some of y'all comments. Okay. So yeah, but that's what's going on with Jackie and Simone. So as we move on, they talk about no. I want to go back to when Contessa was sitting in the car and she was talking to Jackie, and she said something like, y'all both are stubborn, but I want you guys to like look each other in the face, say you love each other, say you miss each other, and all this other stuff. And I'm like, no, because they did that SHI just like Toya said last year. They hugged each other, they looked each other in the face, and it ain't go nowhere from there. So I think they need to have a real heart to heart without everybody else. They need to have a sit down, a heart to heart, and really talk about the breakdown of the friendship, or what went wrong, or how can I be a better friend to you moving forward. And they may have hit a growth spurt within their friendship because they've been friends for 20 years. I'm sure they've had to evolve throughout their friendship. And I feel like this could just be another point in their friendship where they just have to, you know, evolve and move forward. But I don't think they need to just, I mean, yeah, hug, love. They know they care about each other. They know they miss each other, no matter how much they try to deny it. But I think that the conversation should be more than that, you know, because if not, I feel like they're gonna keep bumping heads on the same situation, because you have to teach people how to treat you. And if Jackie is requiring a new level and a new way of being treated, then Simone needs to be aware, and vice versa. Okay, so those are my thoughts. That's one of the reasons why I'm not friends with certain people now, because I'm not willing to be the friend that you want me to be, so I'm gonna move on. That's just me. That's the stubborn part of me. So if God brings back around in 3 years, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, we'll see. So we get to Dr. Damons Party. The guys over there talking about being black men in America. Meanwhile, the ladies over here, they ain't talking about nothing, honey. They not talking about anything at all. So not Eugene, but Damon comes out to give everybody their head mask. And Toya like, I don't want this. And I'm like, Toya, girl, if you don't want to be there, just say that. Girl, you could have stayed at the house. Okay, I'm sure with this big old house, you could have threw a party in some corner of that house, girl. All right, you did not have to come over here to Heavenly House. You didn't have to do that. If you didn't want to be there, you didn't have to do it. Heavenly said, girl, I don't like your tone. Watch your mouth. Watch your mouth, though, but you better watch your mouth. That's all I'm going to tell you right there. A whole mess. And Heavenly went on to ask Simone, like, girl, I want to know why I haven't heard from you. And deep down in Simone's head, she like, girl, you ain't here for me because I don't with you. That's the problem. I don't with you at all, girl. Okay. But if you want to play this game, we're going to continue to play it. You know, Heavenly said, I love you. I miss you. I don't think I need to say it anymore. See, Heavenly, you started off right, but you ended up wrong. You ended up wrong. I feel that Heavenly should not have said, I don't feel like I need to say it anymore. I don't think I need to say it. You don't. I was with Simone. You don't, but you don't. You don't have to say it anymore. You don't have to tell me, girl. You do not have to tell me. And what it really is that Simone has already placed you in the box that she gonna put you in. So you don't have to say it anymore. Like, I just don't really see them ever being friends, because every time they reconcile, they clash. And I think Simone could possibly be at a place where she just like over it. Like, I see you for your words. You're not gonna change. This is who you are, and I'm good on that. Like, I'm straight. So that's that. Toya started jumping in the conversation, cutting these people off. So he started telling these folks, y'all lying, y'all fake, y'all did all this roly-polying on the floor and all this other stuff, honey, turning into caterpillars. Ain't nobody turned into no butterfly yet, okay? Because y'all still with the shit. So Toya was just on everybody's tail, and I could not disagree with Toya. The only thing was that Toya was drunk. Toya had some other stuff going on, but I feel like Toya was being honest, like, y'all just being fake, and just say that. Just say, I'm not interested in that friendship with you. I don't want that. Like, the level of friendship that I require, you can't provide that to me, and you've shown me that enough. Like, I'm good. And I also feel like Simone don't really owe Heavenly nothing, because her true best friend has been Jackie. That's my opinion. I just feel like that's who she needs to have her sit down with, because y'all already seen Heavenly has been friends with Quad, and then put Quad business out there. So I mean, no, ma'am. Yeah, so that drunk talk that Toya had, yeah, the truth was coming out. And Toya said, you can put me out this BIT right now. I'm ready to go. I was like, Toya, you shouldn't have even came. You should not have even come. I know Eugene be so embarrassed sometimes. I know he be embarrassed a lot. But they didn't really give us a whole lot. It was cute. It was the first episode, so it seems like we're going to get into more. I think the season may be pretty good, for the most part. But we're just going to see how it continues to play out. Let me see what some of y'all comments are before I move on to Real Housewives of Atlanta. Did you guys enjoy the episode of I was about to say Basketball Wives. Why am I thinking about them? Married to Medicine. Married to Medicine. Did you guys enjoy? Oh, okay, yeah, let me put that on here. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Yarel. I don't know how big of a hangover Toya had. Oh, you talking about after the party? I bet her head was banging because she was drinking on Patron before she even got to the event. I was just like, Toya, girl. And ain't no telling what she had when she got there. Then she was in on the lobster stuff. I don't know. I guess she was trying to sober up a little bit or something, but it didn't work for her. It did not work for her at all. Okay. So I guess y'all enjoyed the episode just as much as I have. Y'all ain't really got a whole lot of comments about it. Oh, I didn't know Toya was from Detroit. I didn't know. I got family in Detroit too. Jay Lee. I was born in Michigan. You may know my people. I don't know. I don't know. You may not know them for real. Why every time we do that? When we know somebody from the same area, we just automatically assume that they're gonna know the people that you know. That's not it. That's not it. So let's move on to Real Housewives of Atlanta. Let me put on my notes real quick. My notes. This episode was cute too. I enjoyed this episode, although we didn't really see Portia a lot. So Drew is on the phone with Cynthia and Mike. So y'all know Cynthia's mom dress was late. It's gonna be late. The wedding's on the 10th. The dress supposed to be there like a week later. So Cynthia's stressing about that. Now Drew is supposed to be singing at the wedding. I hope we get to see that, because I feel like you ain't even known Drew that long for her to be singing at your wedding. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, maybe she did it for free or something like that. But I mean, okay. I don't know. That's just me. I just want to have her at my wedding. It's like Kenya coming around, or Portia. I don't know y'all enough for y'all to be doing anything at my wedding. But if that's what y'all want to, good luck. So she's talking about she may sing some Monica, Angel of Mine. And then Cynthia asked Mike, does he like that song? He said, yeah, when Monica sings it. I said, oh, the shade. I can appreciate that. We need to see more of Mike, because Mike is funny. Mike is hilarious. So yeah, Drew's trying to get that together. She's trying to get her vocals and stuff together. Y'all know Marlo's doing this whole farm event. And while I'm on this farm event, okay, Kaylon from Bell Collective, come here, come to the front. if you want to have some women walking in the motherfucking farm area, you need to go over there and have a conversation with Marlo, because Marlo will show you how to do it. Now, I understand y'all in Mississippi and it may be limited. The resources, the locations may be a little limited. However, girl, you need to connect with somebody. You know what? Don't connect, because we don't even want to see you on the show anyway. I take that back, girl. Let's move on. So Marlo is gonna do this event where she's gonna have all the ladies come out to the boondocks and they're gonna hang out. But of course, Cynthia can't make it because she got to go and find a dress for her mom and all this other stuff. So that's not gonna happen. So let's move on to Kenya, y'all. Now I'm really gonna have to look at my notes on this. She ran there sweeping off, her own front door. She's sweeping off her stuff, and she gives a call to her dad. Now, when her dad calls, he asks about, where's your daughter? And I'm like, why he not saying your granddaughter? Like, why he not saying, where my granddaughter is? Well, where's my little Brooklyn or something? And it makes me think that they don't have a relationship yet. It makes me think her dad doesn't have a relationship with her daughter yet, and I'm wondering, why is that? It makes me wonder, is it Mark? Could it be Mark, or is it that they're just in different locations or something like that? But you would think he would still FaceTime her and try to, build some type of connection with her, but that's not happening. And she's about to have this birthday party for Brooklyn, and she wants her dad to come. Her dad is like, well, who gonna be there? Who are gonna be there? She was like, well, I was thinking you could come. He said, oh, you ain't gonna have me around there with all these, because I don't know, girl, you got me, and it's COVID. No, ma'am, I will not. I won't be there. You can count me out. She said, okay, that's fine. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can schedule something else for you, honey. See if y'all can come down another time. I'm like, why would you bring your daddy down there? Just because it's safe for y'all to film don't mean it's safe for your daddy to be hanging out. But I guess Kenya, she just wanted some family love, since she not getting love from her husband, and he tripping and stuff right now. So, I get that. Her dad says that he's hold on one second. Her dad said that, now I will say this, her dad made me think that he's similar to Mark in a sense, because of the flashback they did when they said that his dad said he don't agree with a woman telling a man what to do or something like that. And I'm like, Kenya, did you go marry your daddy? But it seems like she went and married a situation like her mom over again, as she had the therapy session. But her dad said that he doesn't really know Mark enough to really have an opinion of him. Then goes on to say that he doesn't really like the fact that they've been married for about 3 years, but they've been separated for majority of it. So I mean, oh, sorry, y'all. So yeah, I don't really know. I'm wondering why she hasn't allowed Mark to have a relationship with her dad either. For him to say for them to be married as long as they have, he has absolutely no relationship. I guess she just tried to keep that relationship super, super private. But I mean, I guess. What else did I have here? She tells her dad about the fact that Mark. She tells her dad about the fact that Mark was trying to serve her papers, a divorce or whatever, and saying that he was upset. He also asked for alimony, saying that he was upset with the fact that she didn't give him a heads up. But I'm confused, because didn't she email him? I could have sworn she emailed him and asked him where did he want the paperwork or something to go, or when should she send it to him. So why would he be upset that she was gonna send it to? I don't know. This man is unstable, honey. I don't know. That didn't make sense. Did anybody else catch that? I'm like, did she email him? She asked him, like, when do you want me to give you this paperwork, or when do you want me to send it, or how? And he said, send it tomorrow, only for her to end up getting divorce papers and everything a day sooner, because he got in his feelings. But he already knew that it was coming to him anyway. Yeah, that didn't make no sense. Okay. But I don't know. Her dad tells her that, with him being married for 39 years, he says that one of the things is that they don't get mad at each other. They try not to get mad. They don't hold on to animosity, and they just communicate for the most part. So he said, but that's what happens when you genuinely, this the key word. He said, that's what happens when you genuinely like each other. So basically, he's saying that they don't like each other at all. And obviously, since y'all have been, separated most of the time that y'all have been married. So let's move on to Drew and Kenya. Drew invites Kenya out to eat, right? She wants to have a conversation with Kenya so they can get on one page, on the same page. She wants to get to know more about Kenya, right? So when Kenya gets there, Drew is up there just singing, doing her vocals, like working on her voice. I saw absolutely nothing wrong with this. And the reason why I saw nothing wrong with this is because Kenya wasn't there at the time. So it's like if I want to warm up my voice here, there, and the other. I mean, come on. How many tracks has Drew put out? Drew hasn't put out any music. She hasn't done anything. So I mean, she needs to work on her voice as much as she can. So I saw absolutely nothing wrong with that. Now, Kenya tells Drew that she was very disappointed in her for the way that she came at her at the when they were out in South Carolina. And then as soon as she said that, Drew was like, well, girl, I'm gonna order a meal. And Kenya said, well, you can do that if you want to, but I'm gonna go ahead and check you. Okay, because you're gonna get this tea right here. And of course they ended up ordering anyway. But Kenya says, you calling me out for being fake, like I didn't really like that, and you're saying that I was wishy-washy with telling you information, but then telling you not to share with anybody. That was my way of trying to show you that I trust you, but then you chose to go out and do otherwise, so now I can't trust you how I would want to. So then Drew goes on to bring up like the last straw, talking about her daughter and stuff and how that was an issue. And then she says that she was trying to get to know Kenya, but Kenya wasn't opening up to her and stuff. And I just felt like Drew bringing up the situation with her daughter and talking about how she felt like I wish you would have told me that I could have brought my daughter. I would have brought my daughter. Drew, first of all, you were very happy to leave your kids. You wanted to get away from the house. You wanted to get away from your husband. You were excited to have this break away. So for you to sit up here and act like you really would have brought your daughter didn't make no sense to me. I feel like Drew was full of shit when she said that, in my opinion. Y'all know I love me some Drew down, but I do feel like she was full of shit. I don't know if she's trying to be on the show to like come at Kenya, you know what I'm saying, make herself look more relevant or something. I'm not really sure. But that particular situation, I just felt like I disagree. Like you wouldn't have brought your daughter even if she would have told you y'all could bring y'all kids. You wouldn't have brought her unless majority would have said they're bringing their daughters, then you would have brought your daughter. Like, I don't think I disagree with that. What else did Kenya say? Kenya, yeah, she talked about being open with her husband. Drew brings that up. So then when Drew was talking and Kenya was trying to talk, Kenya was talking over Drew, and Drew bust out and started singing. Now, when she said the first thing, like you're not letting me talk or whatever, I had no issues with that. It was when Kenya continued to talk, Drew kept singing. And that part did get a bit disrespectful. And it's like, okay, girl. Okay, now you ain't gotta do this lady like this now. Now it was funny, but you didn't have to keep singing at this lady when this lady trying to have a conversation with you. Then you're saying you're trying to get to know her, but when she's trying to tell you, you're not trying to listen. So I felt like, that was a bit unfair. So then Drew was like, girl, we can go and wrap this up. Let's go ahead and we can split the check. He said, baby, I don't split checks, okay? At this point, it's really which card I'm going to use. Kenya said, at this point, it's really to show you I have money and I'm not a broke BIT. It's which card I'm going to pull out at this point. Okay, so Drew said, well, we still going to split this check. And Kenya just felt like that's what broke BITs do. I saw nothing wrong with them splitting the check because at the end of the day, y'all ain't paying for what Bravo is. So what's the problem? Well, both of y'all going to get y'all money back. So, I mean, y'all both going to get y'all money back from Bravo. So it really wasn't that deep. But, needless to say, the dinner ended terribly. And I do blame a good part of that on Drew because Kenya did come to the table open, ready to listen, letting Drew know her concerns, and it just went left. And I think that the argument that Drew tried to bring to the table was about the daughter situation. And I just felt like that didn't have a leg to stand on because I don't think Drew would have brought her daughter anyway, in my opinion. So Cynthia and Mal. Cynthia is headed to go and try and find this dress for her mama. And y'all, Cynthia, everything is going wrong. She got to get a dress for her mama. They done lost bridesmaids and grooms. Okay, the ring that Mike got don't fit. If he put it on, it's probably not. He's not gonna be able to get it off. We done found out that Noelle dress can't fit. It don't fit, and that she may actually get, a hurricane. I didn't even know a hurricane was coming that time. I don't even remember, but she was still able to have the wedding. So congratulations, girl. Let's move on to the Hollow Farms. All right, so Marlo, Kayline, we already told you that you need some tips, but considering the fact that you're lacking melanin, we understand if you're not gonna get it right. So it's okay. Marlo, Kenya, and Candy are at the bar first. So as they're socializing amongst each other, they bring up the article from page 6. And y'all know everybody is saying that Kenya was the one that leaked it. I don't believe Kenya did it, y'all. Y'all gonna be calling me a Kenya stan and everything. I don't believe Kenya did it. I feel like production did it. Kenya may have done it, but I feel like nobody else. I like Cynthia said. Cynthia said, I can't tell you who leaked it, but I can tell you who was pressed about it. Yeah, that would be Kenya. Now, Kenya isn't necessarily ruled out because she ended up saying, had it been B Sky or TMZ, she would have gave information to them, confirming that she shares information with those individuals. However, I feel like because also Kenya said at the table she still has another option. She said, I think it's 3 people before they cut to I don't somebody showed up. I don't know if it was Shamir or somebody showed up, someone. But Kenya also said, like, I believe it's between 3 people. So I don't know if she could have fully leaked that. I feel like production could have leaked that just to get some, talk around the show or whatever. So, like I said, Candy brings up that article. Everybody thinks Kenya did it. I believe production leaked it. Shamia arrives. They tell her about everything. Toya arrives and she starts asking immediately. As soon as she sat down, she started asking about the article. As soon as she sat down. So, obviously, production told her, as soon as you get over there, make sure you bring this up because we need to stay pressed on that. And that's what she did. So, Toya went over there, brought it up. Like I said, Kenya confirmed about the B Sky and TMZ. Toya believes that Kenya did leak the article. Now we're continuing to see that they probably not gonna be friends much longer. So Toya believes she leaked the article. Kenya says that she believes she got 3 suspects. Drew walks up, and Drew said that she is aware of the article. Marlo asked Toya, like, was it you? And Toya's like, no, but Kenya's like, girl, you need to ask that to everybody. Like, don't just ask that to Toya. And Shamia felt as though it was messy, and she said she felt as though the people that were involved are the people that keep bringing it up, meaning Marlo and Kenya. Shamia, you so pretty, girl. She's pretty. She seems like she's a sweet person, but I'm starting to see another side of her when it comes to her friend Portia. And I just want, when it's your turn, that Portia had that same energy for you, because I just don't see that. I don't see Portia really riding down to the ground. Because who have we really seen Portia ride down to the ground with? Y'all tell me. I haven't really seen Portia ride. Well, Phaedra, before Phaedra left and Phaedra turned on her or whatever. But I just want Shamia to have that same. I want Portia to have that same energy for Shamia, because Shamia has been riding for her friend, honey, and ain't nothing wrong with it. Because, like I said, everybody can't be a Shamia. All right, so the lady still waiting on Miss Portia to arrive, because y'all know Portia. Like, I don't know where the hell Portia was, but if you leave at the wrong time, that ATL traffic will, girl, it will tear you up. It will tear you up, and you will be sitting there. And I hope she didn't get stuck in an accident on top of being lost. But some part of me feels like, y'all know Portia really did not like the fact that Marlo and Kenya got back cool. She ain't like that at all. So I think that she was late on purpose. I don't think she really wanted to be around them. This page 6 article has dropped. I think Portia didn't want to be around to hear the conversation, have the conversation, be asked about this stuff again. So I believe she knew exactly what time call time was and what time they was going to likely wrap. And I think she made sure that she was as late as she could be, but still show up so she could get her check, but not be a part of that conversation. So that's what I think. I don't think Portia was that lost out there in them streets. Yeah, that's what Shamia needs. Yeah, okay. Y'all think Kenya leaked the story? I mean, she probably did, but I mean, it could have been production too. Who knows? So let's see what else I have here. Toya asked Drew about what she said about her not valuing marriage. Drew says, yeah, I said that after you came for Fallon. I guess this all happened at the South Carolina, out there. And then we learned that Drew was, not Drew, but Fallon was ready to throw them hands. Not them hands, but don't worry. She was ready to have that action for Miss Toya. And as y'all seen, they've had it out on social media. So Fallon is not a fan of Toya at all. And I don't blame her at all. Toya says that they need to catch her sober. And Drew was like, well, girl, I don't think we've ever caught you sober. And now, mind y'all, Marlo said the same thing. Marlo said, yeah, I don't think we have caught her sober. And that's when she tried to throw shade. Toya threw shade at Drew and said, well, girl, I haven't seen you in a good wig. Okay, and I told you, let's not, because the weave that you did have in your head after taking those braids out after 8 months, they still didn't look good either. So what are you talking about? Your hair wasn't cute. Your hair wasn't cute at all. Why you trying to talk about Drew? And a lot of people came for Drew and her hair with the bangs. I thought it was cute. They came from the blonde wig. I thought it was cute. It looked better than the braids she had and the very first wig that she wore when we saw her. So I thought those hairstyles, there was nothing wrong with it. So I was like, Drew, you look cute, girl. Go on, do your thing. I had no issue with it at all. But some of y'all was not a fan of it. But okay. So they get on this hayride. Try this hayride, honey. They really couldn't do because I mean they was trying to wait on Portia, but y'all know Shamia FaceTime Portia. Portia was still late, talking about she an hour and some minutes out. I'm like, Portia, girl, you still at the house. You probably still at home, honey. Portia was not trying to be around y'all at all. So the conversation comes up, of course, of Kenya and Drew. And Kenya feeling as though Drew was coming at her sideways, and she really didn't like that at all. Marlo said that she didn't really think Drew was coming at her wrong, but everybody else saw that she was. Y'all know Kenya didn't like that at all. So I don't know what's gonna happen with their little friendship between she and Marlo. Because Kenya didn't like that Marlo went against her in that moment. So what else we got here? Portia says that oh, okay, yeah. So fast forward, y'all know Kenya left. So Kenya left, Toya left after they got off the hayride because they really wasn't talking about a whole lot. They did bring up, I forgot, they brought up the fact that Drew was singing and felt as though it was rude or whatever, which it was rude for her to sing. But the first part of her having that sit down, I saw no issues with it. So everybody's leaving for the most part. You got Kenya leaving. Candy said this was cute, but I gotta go. Toya has left. And then who else we have? Portia ended up pulling up. So Portia pulled up. She hops out the car finally. She wants to know, what was y'all talking about? I know y'all had fun on them rides or whatever y'all did. I don't care about that. Tell me what the conversation was. So they brought up page 6. Y'all know Portia's still frustrated about that. She don't really want to entertain that conversation much longer. She do believe that Kenya leaked it, and she's feeling all kind of ways about it. We got it. Cool. Y'all know that conversation didn't last long. That's why I feel like, yeah, Portia wasn't really here to talk about it. That's why Portia got there late as hell after all the ladies left, ironically. So then that's why Marlo kind of brought up the situation with Kenya, how she was feeling about Kenya, and how she felt as though all of the ladies kind of like threw her away. Like, yeah, we're going to go and hang out in South Carolina. We all good or whatever. Then when we get back, ain't nobody talking to each other. Well, Marlo, yeah, now you really want to be in with the in crowd. But when you had your friend Nene around, you didn't care about that. You didn't care who you were around. None of that, as long as you was around Nene. Now you ain't got Nene. I guess you're trying to find new friendships up in the circle or whatever. But Portia had to let her know, like, girl, Shamia, my best friend, and I don't even talk to her as much as I should. So, yeah, and I want you to understand that whatever your friendship is with Kenya ain't got nothing to do with me. I have nothing to do with that. As far as me and you, like, we okay, we good, but ain't nobody out here trying to avoid you or anything like that. So, yeah. That's where they were with that. So let's move on to Miss Candy, y'all. This scene made me feel away. That scene with Candy, Toya, Don Juan, and Todd. This kind of made me feel away. And it reminds me why I don't be liking Candy for real. So they all sit around the table or whatever talking. And Candy starts bringing up Kenya and her business and what's going on with Kenya. And then asks Toya if Toya knew, if Kenya has been talking to her. So then Toya says, well, yeah, she told me about the custody or whatever. Candy goes on to talk about more than that. Oh, but did she tell you he tried to serve her with a divorce and then asked for alimony and then he did this and then he did that? And then Toya said, oh, yeah, she did tell me that. Now, it did give me the vibe that Toya wasn't really going to say anything about that because Kenya probably told her don't say nothing until she ready to spill her own tea. So once Toya admitted that she knew about it, Candy said, okay, so she told you. And then Toya says, yeah, I know about it. Then Candy goes on to say, yeah, she doesn't really want to talk. She doesn't really want to talk about it with everybody. Then why the fuck would you go and talk about it with everybody? Like, why would you do that?
But if it was you, you probably won't want that. You probably want to spill your own tea to talk about it. So I don't be liking how Candy be moving. Y'all be thinking Candy be these folks' friends, and she's not. Candy is not these people's friend at all. Candy is playing her role on this show as she should, and she move on. But I really didn't like that at all. Like if Kenya wanted Todd to know her business, she'll call Todd. She'll call you and ask you to put her on speaker so she could tell y'all. If she wanted Don Juan to know, she'll go over there and do what she need to do too. So I just didn't really like that. She told that girl business like that. I just felt the way about that. And Toya was like, girl, I have done enough to get on Kenya's nerves. I'm not about to spill her tea, so I'm gonna be quiet. And I'm gonna let y'all just, girl, if you want to spill it, that's on you. That ain't got nothing to do with me, okay? But yeah, Candy has been moving slick. Like it just, girl, bye Candy, okay? Portia, Shamia, and Drew, they link up. And Drew says that she feels like she understands Kenya. She feels like Kenya is going through a lot. And Portia ain't trying to hear it. Portia is not trying to hear. Portia say, I don't never want to do that with this lady. We'll never be friends. Never, ever, ever. And Drew is like, girl, we'll never say never. She said, no, I'm going to say never today. I'm going to say never today, and I'm going to say it tomorrow, and I'm going to say it the rest of the days to follow because I tell you I'm not with her. And I said what I said. And that's where Portia's at. And I don't really fault Portia fully for that because Portia has tried to befriend Kenya when, you know, after they had their daughters. And that went left for whatever reason. But it went left, I believe, when Portia started back being cool with Nene. So truth be told, if Kenya wasn't trying to F with Portia no more, I don't blame her on that either. So they don't like each other. So just stay separated. Now Kenya goes to this therapy session and she wants to talk about her husband. That's the primary reason why she's going. But she also learns that over the years, she's been wanting to be seen by her mom. She's been wanting to be acknowledged. And she finds herself being in those same relationships with these men. We also learned that she was like a terrible kid at some point. I think she started skipping school. She started fighting. She started doing all kind of SHI. But she also was dating a man 11 years older than her when she was 15. Girl, you had to be going through a lot. I don't understand how any women at a young age or any teenagers can date older men. I've never been excited or interested in stuff like that. I feel like older men to this day deal with women in your age bracket. Okay, that's why they ain't got no man now because you too busy trying to get back somebody's grandchild or somebody's daughter. Okay, or your grandchild or your daughter. Go out there and deal with the women out there on that day. Because, see, you know, they ain't going to let you run them up. They ain't going to let you do what you want to do. That's where you need to go. But if that's what Kenya wanted to do because, you know, he was giving her the attention that she needed, but okay. And he ended up being abusive and everything. So, and she was young-minded, you know, at that age. So she made some bad mistakes. And I hate she had to go down that road because it also kind of sounded like, didn't her mama go through that? Then her mom, well, maybe her mom was just a teenager when she got pregnant, and maybe her dad was the same age as her mom at that time. But yeah, I'm glad Kenya's going to this therapy so she can dive deep into what's been going on with her, especially, you know, as it relates to her mom. But I hope it sticks this time and she really works on herself. And I honestly hope that when she comes out of this therapy, she doesn't have a desire to truly fix the relationship that she has with Mark. Like, just leave that alone. Leave that where it's at. I really hope that she does not try to do anything with him except for co-parenting. Because this man has shown you so many times who he is, who he gonna be. So it ain't no point in you trying to make up with him or do anything like that. Girl, let that man go on by his business. And the only time it seems like Mark is about to do right is when he feels like Kenya is pulling away. That's like you moving on. And then an ex start trying to hit you up. It's like they sense your happiness and sense you moving on. That's kind of what it seemed like with Mark. Every time she gets the inch, he over there trying to bring her right back down to his level. So I'm hoping that as she goes through this therapy session, she's able to, you know, elevate and move on. Okay. Thank you, Yarel. I really appreciate it. You didn't have to, but you did. I do appreciate you being in the comments. Thank you for sharing my links and stuff. So that's really all I got. What are y'all thoughts about the Real Housewives of Atlanta episode? Did you guys enjoy the episode? I know quite a few of y'all say that y'all feel as though Kenya actually leaked. She leaked the article. She leaked the information to Page 6. What are y'all thoughts about Shamia? I feel like Shamia is riding and dying for nothing. That's what I think. I really do. I think she riding it out for absolutely nothing. I don't know what's gonna happen with that. What? She said the older guy stabbed her? Kenya was stabbed? Oh my God. I missed that. I can see that. I hope I say it right, Tamira. I am with Portia. I don't like Kenya. She holds grudges against other people, but she sees no fault in her stuff. I can see that. I'm with that. You think Candy and Don Juan leaked it to Page 6? She was the main one telling everybody when they arrived. Now, didn't Candy walk up and say something about when she walked up to Marlo and Kenya and she brought up the article about Page 6? She said something about her not being included, or that her not getting props, or her not getting something. I gotta go back and watch the episode, and maybe I'm misreading, but she definitely said something like that. She said so. I mean, I still, it could have been Candy, honey, because y'all know one thing, Candy like to throw a lot of. And then she just had her hands and like, what you talking about? Who was that? I don't know anything about that. I was over here eating. It was either production or Don Juan. Can't just blame Kenya when Candy's ass didn't leave what happened in the damn dungeon like she preached, okay? That is so true. I'm telling y'all, and that's what I don't be understanding. Why ain't nobody go in on Candy yet? Why ain't nobody where Candy out? Why Candy hasn't had her turn yet? Aside from when Phaedra was on the show. She's been playing it nice, playing it cool. Why don't nobody ever give Candy the business like Candy needs to be given? I don't understand that. Candy is sneaky to me. Great businesswoman, but she's sneaky as hell. From the look Portia gave Marlo when her and Kenya walked outside, I think there was a plan led by Portia to ice Kenya out. Oh yeah, when they were at the South Carolina, yes, I can see that. I think that could have been she could have been using that as an angle to ice her out. Just like she got everybody riled up about the whole baby situation and people not bringing, her not telling people about the baby, her bringing the baby. Rock Royalty Creation said, I think it was production. They are so focused on hating Kenya, but Candy is messy, and she messy as hell. She is. Candy said Toya and Drew kissed. I thought she just said Toya and Portia kissed. I didn't know them two kissed. And I wonder who they're talking about when they said it's going to happen later on in the season, when they said, well, if she didn't want her husband to know, that she should have been careful what she was doing. I think that's something Portia said. So I'm like, is this pertaining to the situation with Bolo? And who was that person? Because who else has husbands besides Toya and Drew? I'm wondering. I have not watched. I need to watch. I said I was. I haven't watched it yet. Speak on it with Kenya. But I am going to check that out. I have not watched it yet. Woo, in the speak on it, they kissed on it. Oh, help me. I guess she didn't tell Ralph everything, honey, and she gonna keep holding over his head the fact that he didn't tell her everything when he went down to Florida. So you think that Rock Royalty Nation Creations, you think that they were? Oh, got you. I understand now. So you're saying since the clique or the few people that Marlo came in with that was going to ice out Kenya, since they haven't been speaking to her, that made you think even more that they were trying to ice out Kenya. And now that Marlo became Kenya's friend, they're probably trying to ice them out together. I think that's what you were saying. I got you. It was Kenya and Candy talking about Tanya. Child, Candy definitely gave that away. Tanya gave it away on herself for the most part. We didn't even need nobody to confirm. And when they hollered and said that she fled to Canada, it was like, girl, she fled. And you know what? And for me, that makes me feel like, you know, they did it because Tanya then fled to Canada. Portia had nowhere to fled to. Portia had nowhere to flee to. That's why she decided to say, well, listen, I'm going to be late as hell. Okay, so that's what it's going to be because they didn't want to be a part of this conversation. They didn't want to have that. And can you confirm that they were talking about Tanya in the mid-season trailer with the hot mic moment? Girl, I know that Most Wanted posted that was shady. That was shady. That was very, 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 very shady. But you guys, I'm about to go ahead and I'm gonna hop off. I enjoyed this. I'm gonna try to do it more, you know, try to get better with the lives and stuff. I know I had a little bit of dead air because I was trying to collect my notes, not my thoughts, but my notes. So yeah, but I thank you guys for hanging in there with me, joining me. Be sure to like the video if you enjoy the content. Sorry, be sure to like the video if you enjoy the content, and I will catch you guys in another video and hopefully a live. Thank you guys so much for rocking. I can't get my words out today, y'all. Rocking with me. I appreciate you all, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Bye bye. Yes, real quick. See, girl, I was gonna go. I can do the review for Love and Marriage Huntsville and Bell Collective. So I would try to work on getting those out to y'all. But if you don't get it, please understand that my energy is very low because I'm still dealing with family stuff right now. So I'm going to try, but if my energy ain't there, then now you guys understand why. Okay? But thank y'all so much. Bye-bye.